Well, we're gonna go ahead and bring a motion to consider these ordinances with the comments included. Go from there.
You're making a motion to consider the two
Well, when the meeting starts.
on the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I would appreciate if you'd read back the comments, so we
Yes,
have
sir.
a public record if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'd like to call the meeting order. Tim, would you lead us in the pledge of allegiance, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Christie, can I get the bank balances, please?
General, $812,418.18. Sewer general, $273,790.56. Municipal, $14,573.71. Corrections, $7,213.08. Cash bonds, $6,463.06. Judicial training fund, $3,512.92. 4 5-cent gas, $33,805.14. 7-cent gas, $8,583.88. Rebuild Alabama, $18,593.86. Sewer customer deposits, $39,840.45. Sewer capital, $155,068.08. CDB grant, $65.25. American Rescue Plan Act, $69,045.70. Capital savings, $28,335.29, for a grand total of $1,471,309.16.
All right, to have a motion to accept the bank balances of the minutes as written.
Motion.
Got a motion from Larry, second from Scott, all in favor? Aye. All right, so let's go down here. All right, we've got Ruben Morales, some folks,
You can come up here, Mr. Sims.
talk about the U.S. Small Business Administration.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ruben Morales. I work for Small Business Administration as a public affairs specialist. Right now, I've been working with FEMA to assist the survivors for the disaster happened in January 12 in Morgan County. But even though Madison County was not declared as part of the severe storms and tornadoes that happened, small business owners and nonprofits can still apply for the economic injury disaster loan if they have a drop in income after the disaster. The economic injury disaster loan is a working capital loan. It helps business meet the working capital needs or normal business expenses through the recovery period of that disaster. They're eligible regardless of whether they suffer property damage. The SBA can provide up to $2 million for working capital, normal expenses such as rent, healthcare benefits, salaries, utilities, or any fixed debt that they have before the disaster. The interest rates for business are 3.3%, and for nonprofit organizations it's 2.3%. The terms for the loans, they can be up to 30 years. That'll be based in the ability to repay. There's no interest or payments in the first 12 months. There's no fee to apply, and there's no penalties if they pay before the time. And one important thing, there's no need to wait for the insurance to be settled to apply for these loans. As a federal agency, what we're trying to do is we're trying to avoid that step for people to going to a regular bank, take a loan out just to fix something that happened during the disaster. Those loans are like 9%. They start like at 9%. Ours, as a federal agency, it starts at 3.3%. So that's what we're trying to do. I'll be here in Morgan County for a few more weeks. I have Morgan County and all the contiguous counties around. So I'm the only one here, but if I can help people, I'm also trying to create awareness, because this information is gonna be the same for this disaster or any future disaster. The only thing that will change is the interest rates. So I'm just trying to create awareness for the small business owners and nonprofits, so they have the information. I don't know if Ms. Christie give you all of my information, but if not, I'm gonna drop here some of my brochures.
Okay.
So if anyone comes to the town hall and just ask for information, you already got it. If you have any questions, I'm pretty sure you already have my business card. Thank you for the time.
That's good information.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good. We appreciate you coming by and sharing it with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ruben. All right. So, next on the agenda is ordinance number 23-004, regulating food trucks within the city limits.
Mayor, I'd like to make note of changes that were made during the work session.
Okay,
This ordinance will reflect tables and chairs are allowed at special events. Fees for business license will be at mayor's discretion from special events. And instead of 200 feet from a restaurant, it will be at 100 feet. Do all of you agree with those changes?
Everything else
Okay.
stands as written, correct?
Yes.
all right, so do I have a motion to consider ordinance number 23-004?
Motion to consider ordinance number 23-004.
All right, I got a motion to consider from Tim, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Scott, all in favor? Do I have a
I'm
motion?
sorry. Was that a yes or no, sir? Yes?
To consider, yes.
Uh,
I was reading, I'm
No,
sorry.
that's okay, I just didn't see your hand.
So do I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 23-004?
Motion to adopt.
Okay, got a motion from Tim, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from James, all in favor?
Okay.
Ordinance number 23-005, Knox box regulations. Anybody got any questions, comments about this ordinance?
We are adding a note to add that we are adding inspection fees, $75 for the initial and $75 for the inspection,
Occupancy.
occupancy inspection, excuse me.
Okay. Do I have a motion to consider ordinance number 23-005?
Motion to consider.
Got a motion to consider from James, excuse me, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Tim or Terry, all in favor? All right, do I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 23-005?
Motion to adopt.
Got a
I got it
motion?
right here if y'all want to see it.
Okay.
I'll show it to you.
Got a motion to adopt from Terry, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Tim, all in favor? So it's 100%, right? All right.
Throw it down away.
Yes. Good Lord. I know. I had it in one hand, I don't care.
So we've got a annexation request, which is ordinance number 23-006,
Jason
which is,
Giannini is here to present that.
okay, Jason?
Good evening. As the planning commission president, it came across to us as a petition to annex the property Williamson property, thank you very much, at 3046 Old Big Coat Road. We did have some discussion about it yesterday, and we did take a vote on it, and we voted to present this to you guys this evening in favor of annexing this property. Any questions?
Was there anybody against annexing? They said there was discussion, so I'm just curious.
Yeah, there was, everybody was in favor, and the discussion was, simply put, why? And during the discussion, we're all in agreement that it made sense, for them to annex into the city based on adjoining property, and therefore we move forward.
So encouraging anybody who happens to join city property who wants the benefits of being in the city to join.
Yes.
That's kind of like, yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions for Jason? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, I have a motion to consider ordinance number 23-006.
Motion.
Got a motion from Larry, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Terry, all in favor? Aye. All right. So everybody has,
Motion to adopt.
oh, yes, right. So I need a motion to adopt ordinance number 23-006.
Motion to adopt.
Got a motion from Terry, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Tim, all in favor? Aye. All right. So we've got, the next item on the agenda is the bulk trash truck. And I think the page is on the back of your work session. Back. Explains everything that Commissioner Hill and I talked about.
Are we putting this off for any kind of vote until the next meeting? Or just discussing it tonight? Or are we trying to put this to a vote tonight?
We probably need to go ahead and put it to a vote.
I'd like to, on my end, I'd like to table it and just look at some more options. There's some other towns do things different than bulk trash. Have a chance to look at those before we buy a truck and commit to a lifetime of trash pickup.
This last sentence here says we'll have to ask the city of New Hope for allow our driver to drive with them to landfill. What's that about? Learn how to do it first
Just to
time?
learn, just a training, right.
Just to ride to the landfill, because the county has their own
Right.
setup, that's all.
They do haul some to the dump, but
And what does it mean by CDL required go through county?
The county's gonna be providing those classes, so we could go to the county and get that class, get that
CDL,
training.
they do their own CDL classes, and they said that we can join their classes, whoever we put in that position.
So we're looking for anybody that can get a CDL. We're not looking to go ahead and hire a CDL operator.
It
Either
depends, I
way.
mean, it just depends,
Either way.
either way.
So, Grant doesn't do bulk house trash pickup. They have a once a month, pickup at a designated location where they bring a dumpster in. People from the town bring in, fill that dumpster, and Grant pays to haul it away.
What do they haul to the dumpster?
It's bulk trash is what it is.
Well, but I mean, there's-
It's the same requirements that you got when the county does the exact same thing. They have bulk trash days where they set up a dumpster where people don't pick up, and they have the same requirements, no tires, no this, no that.
Well, but we're also talking about brush pickup too.
I understand. So that's half of the puzzle, right? So you can solve half the puzzle with simply having a dumpster. And that's easily regulatable, and there's all kinds of things we could do with that. You could pick that day and have it set beside the fire hall, and you could have the fire department there to help people unload stuff, and it gets community involved. There's all sorts of things with that. You could have it up here where it's under camera watch. There's lots of ways to make that work. It would save us, based on the numbers that I ran with a couple of phone calls I made, it would save us about $30,000 a year. Now, the limbs is the next puzzle, and I agree that's a problem. So there's a couple of theories on how to handle that. One is we renegotiate with the county just to pick up limbs. They're not going to the dump, and we can pay them to pick up limbs. Second is the way several other municipalities do it is they contract with tree trimming agencies, stuff like that. And they pay a set fee, they go around, they pick everything up, shred it on site as they go through it, and then they either sell it or provide the mulch, depending on how the contract's written. In both cases, not having exact, just back of the envelope, it's about half the cost of buying this truck and operating it for a year. So that's, once we go down this route, the other thing I'm looking at this long term is we're trying to build a sewer plant. We need to build a fire hall. I need more firefighter staff. and you're fixing to spend more money than, I could hire 3 people for the amount of money you're fixing to spend to buy and operate a truck. It's hard to justify.
Well, the thing is, we've got to do something, right?
I agree, and that's why instead of just saying no, I came with valid options. And that's, because I understand, you're correct, the county's been pushing this for several years now. I don't fully understand why, because they're making money, but they are. So, if they're gonna continue to push it, we have to make a change. These are some options that we have, and the county will always have a used truck for sale. If this doesn't work, once we're in a better financial shape, once we know what our sewer plant's gonna cost us, once we've got a fire hall built, once we started staffing up both our police force and our fire department, it makes sense, then we buy a trash truck and we go down this route.
Well, I don't know that the county will always have a used truck for sale, but, because they're buying 2 new garbage trucks right now, and they have this one there.
They've offered us one at least twice in 2 years. So, and
Can I speak out of turn?
public meeting.
GovDeals.com has used boom trucks all the time. And the only reason I'm getting involved in this is staffing my fire department. Not to step on any toes, there are some options out there that, and I brought some of these to James, and I guess I should have went to the mayor first, but I didn't, he just happened to be there. There are some options with dumpster services and places like that, where you can place them around at certain dates throughout the year in certain areas, and people can carry their stuff to there and have those dumpsters emptied instead of running a public service of picking that garbage up on a weekly or monthly basis or whatever. There's a couple of, I'm willing to be on any committee you want me to be, and I probably should have mentioned this first, but I didn't. I'm just thinking about the fire department. So,
We're fixing to be out a lot of money.
to be honest, it was Tanya that threw me that idea. But she just said, don't throw me under the bus, so now she's volunteering. So.
We're fixing to be out a whole lot of money over the next few years, and
I'm
we
just-
need a lot more personnel in
I mean,
key
we need,
areas.
we need that service, but there is my opinion is, until we grow to a certain level, there is a way to mitigate that service until we reach that point.
There's other options. I think we need to really explore the other options, because once we fall in this rabbit hole ain't got no bottom. It's just gonna get worse.
Well, the advantage of going in this way is we've got a way to do it. And if we don't act today, the counties might say tomorrow, well, you're on your own. And then there will be 30 more days before we make a decision on a truck, which I know we can't pick up trash that fast, but it's not going away. It's gonna get worse, especially when these 300 houses are online.
If
I
they
agree.
can't drive to the dumpster, they got issues.
I agree that we have to do something. But I
We're
think
not
we need
the
to look at
only
all
town
options before we
doing it this way.
commit to something that we're stuck with. And it is.
And have we explored Shannon's idea of what other trucks cost to see if this is even a decent deal on a truck? We haven't, because we haven't had enough time to even look at
I
it.
can come up with it in 24 hours.
But I'm just saying,
I mean,
the first time they offered to give us a truck, and today they're saying we want $61,000 or nothing.
So they offered to give, the comment there was they offered to give you a truck maybe when the trucks were going at $60,000 or $70,000. So what, now they're $225,000, $250,000 for a new truck. The next, I don't know, I don't recall which commissioner did that. I don't know if it was Sisk or who.
It was our current one, because it's been in the last 2 years. Because this is a reoccurring theme with the county, is that they want to get out of the trash business.
County's
And I was sitting there when they made the comment.
County's being paid to pick it up now.
Oh, yeah.
And so as long as they're being paid, we should have time to explore options. I just don't think we ought to jump off in the middle list. If we explore every option we've got, it was best for the city of Owens Crossroads. realize what it costs to maintain trucks and people and all that. And once you start, there ain't no going back. And right now, we have the option of seeing what's available out there and what we can do.
And on top of that, we're dealing with liability issues with other areas of with our AMIC insurance. I don't want to add a huge liability. Because a CDL operator out there in a boom truck, it's not one person, it's two people, first off. You got an operator and a second person. That has not been discussed. So who's going to be that second person? Where's that money going to come from? And you
just heard, you don't have to have two.
No, you can run one.
can, but most people don't. And there's a reason why most people don't.
Tell you that.
Most of the time, the county's got two people in two trucks.
I see every side of everything y'all are looking at.
So,
It's
and
here or there to me, y'all.
you'll open up our
Y'all
liability.
got it either way you want to. You can go in the trash business, and if you come up with a better option, then you go with the better option after you go in the trash business. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, if it don't make sense, you sell the truck. I mean, that's pretty simple.
So once you commit to this, you're committed. So I just think we need to slow down a little bit and really look at all our options before we commit to it. It'd be nice if we had a unlimited amount of money to spend and unlimited resources, but when we have very limited resources, there's some very serious needs. Sewer plant and fire department are serious needs. We have to have those. That's not an option. Picking up trash becomes an option. We just need to slow down and look at all our options before we commit anything.
Well, you know, I kind of agree that we may need to look at more options, but it's not, the trash will have to be picked up, and when people move into these new houses and stuff, they're gonna put cardboard outside the road. They're not gonna haul it to a dumpster 5 miles away or anything, because they may not even have a vehicle to put the big pieces of cardboard in to haul it.
The other towns around us that are our size don't have that problem, Tony. People understand that you publicly put the dump days out there, people follow the rules. And, if you look at the towns around us that are the same size as we are, almost none of them have bulk trash pickup.
As far as what comment may not have a truck, some of y'all may not remember the first, when Madison County got in the trash business, the first thing they had was dumpsters stationed all over for people to carry trash to. And some very enterprising young men would come to your house and pick your trash up from a nominal fee and carry it to the dumpster for you. So if they don't have a way, there's ways, kids with a truck, go by and pick it up and carry it for you. I know people that did that, and that's how they made their extra spending money. They had certain houses they went by every 2 weeks or whatever, and they picked up whatever they had and carried it to the dumpster before Madison County ever went to door-to-door garbage service. And they literally carried garbage, everything, not just boxes and stuff like that. So there's ways for that to happen.
Kids want more grass now.
So we'll just poll the table here. Tim, your thoughts?
Well, we don't want to sit on the bus too long. So this coming.
Scott?
I agree. We got to do something. I mean, I know we got needs, but this is a need too. And we're going to create a liability. If there's a storm and everything's stacked on the side of the road, that's going to be a liability too. I mean, if something happens and then the county says we physically cannot pick up your trash, and then it just begins to accumulate, and it takes us 3 or 4 months to find the truck and a driver and set everything up, then I just hate for us to get in a bind. Because the county is pushing us to get out of the trash business. New Hope's already in the trash business, and if there was no more growth coming, I'd say, yeah, we probably need to find an alternative, but we'll keep this truck and stay busy.
Larry?
I'm thinking we ought to table it because we got another meeting in 2 weeks and get some input from him on the truck. And then if you can push Craig off for a couple of weeks, see what our other options are.
Okay. We'll come back and revisit this in 2 weeks. So just table for
So on the storm thing, Scott, if there's a storm, your insurance will pay for a dumpster for you to put your stuff in. Because if you got debris, you got
Yeah, but
damage.
if you take a storm like happened in 14 or when the power was out for a week, that took months to clean all that up.
But the county didn't clean all
And
that up.
that was a FEMA deal.
The county didn't clean that up.
So it was,
But the county didn't clean that up.
they
That's my
did some.
point. They did a little.
They
a
did some
small
cleanup
part of
stuff,
it.
but there
that's
was a group cleanup effort that was.
And there will be FEMA money for that when that happens, I guarantee it.
There's revenue for this truck here in the town that the county's getting now that the truck would get.
Right.
A third of what it will cost us to run. And you still don't pay for the cost of it.
You'll
Not even a
never
third.
pay for it. You'll never pay for the sewer plant. It's not a moneymaker. It's all the sewer plant is it's staking ground and keeping City Huntsville out. That's all it is.
And you just,
And it's not
and
the
you just
money.
verified my point. We're not gonna make money at it, and we don't need another money hole.
But
Everything
we've
else
got to
we
provide
have.
services
We
for the
gotta
town,
provide
for the people of the
services.
And we
city.
can, but this may not be the best answer.
Well, okay,
It's
so
one of the most
we'll
efficient
revisit this in 2 weeks, okay? We'll come up with a position in 2 weeks. All right. So, building department, Laura, Tim,
We're building. No, Quail Hollow has already started hard and heavy
Yeah.
building.
yeah, they have. All right, we got any reports from the business license or sewer department?
No.
Okay. Brandy is not here. Okay. So Shannon, you got anything from the fire department?
I stepped on leftovers already, I'm done.
All right. Christie,
No, sir.
CT,
Getting the work done in the fire hall.
all right. Jason? All right. Go around the table. Terry, you got anything?
Nothing else.
Tim?
Nothing.
Scott?
No, sir.
Larry? James?
Just want to praise our fire department and should say our medical response department, since we're not running fire right now. But they've done a phenomenal job of keeping up with calls. Spent quite a bit of time at the fire hall this weekend, seeing what our progress was, where we were, what we needed to do. Really good plan in place, lots of good things are happening, and look for lots of growth and lots more coming from our fire department. That's all I got to say.
All right. Any go backs from anybody?
Somebody slipped in the back.
She didn't need to.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Got a motion from Larry? Do you have something, Jason?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Got a motion from Larry, second from Scott, all in favor?